And all right. Um, so yeah, today we're going to be talking about some event that have been happening this week, especially the Microsoft and the Nintendo Mini Direct. Um, so let's just first talk about the Mini Direct, Dan. I know it's short and not a lot of games, but yeah, what do you think about the Nintendo Direct Mini though?
That snuck up on us, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm a big Nintendo fan, but at this point in time, I hadn't seen it. I just heard about the different games here
Okay,
and there.
so
Uh,
basically, yeah, it was
and
third
yeah,
parties. That's it.
yeah. I I saw the news of the thing, of the contents therein, but I can't even remember off the top of my head with the way my life's been. It must have been nothing too crazy because I can't recall it right now. Yeah, I would need to pull up a list because I don't remember.
Yeah, let's see if we can find some. Let's see.
No,
Well,
I was all ready for Microsoft because I watched this just a little bit, like a
yeah,
little while before
recently, yeah.
we saw
So,
this.
so yeah. Basically on the Nintendo Direct, I think the only thing that I really like it's they're bringing Shin Megami Tensei on the Nintendo Switch, and it's
Right.
Shin Megami Tensei 5, and that's the original Shin Megami Tensei. We're not talking about Persona. No, not that type. But yeah, it's Shin Megami Tensei. In which I really wanted to play those games before I jump into Persona series. But it's really interesting. I think that's like the only game that interests me besides the WWE thing. Oh my god! um,
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like NBA
yeah,
Jam or
that's
like NBA Hang Time except for
exactly.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Cadence of Hyrule's getting like a physical release with DLCs and stuff. That's
All
cool.
right. Yes, that's another thing. Um, what else about that direct? It was so short, man. It was like 8 minutes. I barely remember what happened, but
Yeah, I couldn't remember what happened.
but anyways, um, today, if you're watching this tomorrow or the next day, then today the 23rd of July, Microsoft showed a Inside Xbox or Xbox Showcase, whatever the case may, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, there's a lot to talk about here. So they showed gameplay,
Yeah,
Halo.
he opened up with Halo.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
opened up with Halo. Um,
I
yeah,
sent
there's
Zyber a gif of a grappling hook.
yes, 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 yes. That
I
grappling hook.
always say that the grand majority of games can be made better if there's a grappling hook in it, and
Indeed.
uh, somehow it got to the people over at 343. They're like, you know what, Officer Dan, I think you're right. Let's give Master Chef one.
Yes. Most likely, yes. So they started off with Halo Infinite, and yeah, I mean, there's some parts of the graphics that are really amazing, but there's some hold back there. Since Xbox is this brand that wants to still make games for the original Xbox One, games are going to be looking a little bit more this generation, and that's really a concern. Like I really wanted this Halo to look even better than just what it showed today. But I mean, I think it was running at least 60 frames. At least it felt like
Well, they
that.
did advertise that a lot today.
Yeah. So it was it 60 frames.
I mean, that's what they kept touting today. 4K 60, so I don't know why not.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it felt that way. I think that the video and the gameplay felt that way. And yeah, I mean, some of it, they look awesome, but there's some graphics there, and the monsters, it just look very, I don't know, man, very. I know I'm gonna get hate about this, but I really love this franchise. I like Halo. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I have a Halo 1 and 2. Those are my favorite ones here in my original Xbox. I played Halo 3 and ODST with a lot of my friends, especially with Shinja when he had it on the 360. And I also own Halo 4, but I did not buy Halo 5 because, of course, it's just the same game. And it just felt that this franchise's, fatigue. It's at some point, but I really want to this game to be really good. I'm still going to buy it, but at the same time, I feel like, man, is it really gonna look like that? I mean, we're talking about the Xbox Series X right here, which has more horsepower.
Uh-huh.
So, but I know it's holding it back with the other generation, and I know that this Infinite game, the Halo Infinite, is going to the Xbox, One and the Series Xbox One X also. So yeah, it's just not cool. It's just like they should concentrate on the new hardware and just move on, because you could see like there's some monsters there that they just don't look it. So moving on, uh, let's see what I love. Psychonauts. That
Yeah,
love it, love it. I
this is a
mean,
long time coming. Really long
yes,
time.
yes. I do have the original one on the PlayStation 3. I have it. I have it there. It's a PlayStation 2 game, of course, but I just love that game. Um, so when I just saw Jack Black in the trailer, I'm like, wait. Jack
It's
Black
cool
is
that Jack
actually,
Black has a good relationship with Double Fine too, because not a lot
yeah,
of people. He was the star of one of their other games, Brutal Legends,
oh
and
yeah,
there were like lots of people like to pan that game.
yeah. I mean, he still plays
Um,
it though.
yeah, yeah,
So I mean, who does not like Jack Black? I mean, he's totally a totally lovable person and actor, of course. So Psychonauts for the win. I mean, I love it. It's they. I think they showed. I think it was like a gameplay trailer because they did show gameplay. But it was
yeah,
short, but it was there. Um, what else? They showed a CGI trailer for State of Decay 3.
yeah,
Um, are you familiar with those? I'm not
yeah.
though.
I played a little bit of the first one and
Okay. I do
didn't
have the State of Decay
didn't play the
2,
second.
but I think yeah, I have the on the Game Pass. Um Forza Motorsport, not a fan of the Motorsport. I'm only a fan of the Horizon series, so
They
yeah.
they were right though. Like it's those Forza people that always push new hardware
Oh yeah.
as much as they can.
Mhm. Yeah, I think most of the racing games, such as even Gran Turismo, they push like they are the initial pushes of the console, because of
Yeah,
the graphics fidelity, the speed, um, and yeah, I think even though it's a racing games or sports game, it actually uh, takes that to that level of the console. So that's uh that's pretty cool though. Um, there's one game here, Overwild. Was it
yeah. Everwild,
Everwild?
which you see the Rare logo, or if you're like me, you see the Rare logo and be like, you have to remember it's not the same. Still, dude, they had such a big impact on me during Nintendo 64 days, like big time. It's it's probably bad. I still feel that way, but Even though I would like to give Sea of Thieves a try, and
Mm-hmm.
this honestly, because this looks pretty.
I
There's
think,
not enough. There's not enough to tell us what's going on. It's just one of those trailers, though.
yeah,
As pretty as it is,
exactly.
but they say that this is also coming to PC. There's a bunch of stuff
Yeah,
announced today that's still coming to PC, which is great.
exactly. Yeah. Um, there's a Tell Me Why. Is that like a Telltale series? Like something like that?
Well, it's by I think that's the Dot Nod game, isn't it?
I think
The
so.
same kind of people. Yeah, I think this is the same people as Until Dawn.
Oh yes,
I
yes,
might be
yes.
wrong though. I
Yeah, I
might be
mean
wrong.
it's
Let's
just
see.
yeah, it's let me see here.
Like that kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
Developed by Supermassive, so no, I might be getting them confused.
So
Well, it's a name I've heard of before, but it's not.
yeah,
It's not Quantic Dream unless they rebranded themselves. And I got confused. Well, yeah, I mean, okay, it looks like Vampire. Or it looks like Life is Strange.
yeah,
It's
that
from the
that
same
type.
people as
Yeah.
Life is
Mm-hmm.
Strange.
I think kind of has that game. There are like a bunch of stories about it. I think there's just
Yeah,
one more than just one. Uh, and yeah, those are not for me because I do not like those kinds of games, but kind of likes them. So yeah, I think that kind of those games are. I think
there's
it's
a
coming
yeah,
to every platform if I'm not mistaken.
there's a subset of people that's just what they like.
Yeah,
They like to watch, or like it's just a stream game you play through once. Watch somebody else do it, maybe.
exactly. Yeah,
But there are a subset of people that like they love their story super hardcore, and so if your game is all about that, then there you go.
exactly. So the next game this is weird for me because Ori, this game was actually announced how many years ago?
It's an older one, man. I know.
Is
I
Yeah, it's like wasn't it gonna come out or did it came out?
well, there's a sequel. This is like a remastering of the first one,
Oh, okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, cause
Blind
I know
Forest.
there's two
Oh,
games.
wait, that says Will o' the Wisp.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the sequel. Blind Forest Definitive Edition. Oh, I'm getting that mixed up then. So this is like I'm gonna have I have an internet friend that tells everybody to play Ori, and I haven't. So I would bring shame to that person for not knowing this stuff well enough. So Ori and the Blind Forest was the first one, as far as I could tell,
And they
and there was
already
already a definitive edition of it.
okay. So this one is the sequel.
This
Uh,
is the sequel, yeah. Which I don't know why I thought it was out already.
but is it out or? Because I see here that is update optimizing to Xbox Series X. Is it like an optimization? That's what they actually.
Available from Walmart
I
and
am
eBay and
so
GameStop.
freaking confused, man. Like, wasn't this game out already?
Yeah, this says it came out March 10th.
Last year, this year,
This year.
this year.
Yeah, it
Okay.
says this one was released this year.
Okay. Jesus, how many? Like, they didn't even advertise this game. Like, and launch like.
Yeah, that slipped under my radar, but I'm not keeping tabs with it either. You
Because
know.
on March
So.
we had Resident Evil and which one was it? Was it Doom or Animal Crossing on March?
Well, Doom and Animal Crossing came out at the same time. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Like, what happened to this game advertisements? Like, what the heck? Anyways, wow. This actually came out on March this year. And nothing happened.
And
Okay.
so it's getting an upgrade, which
Yeah.
that's something worth noting. There's a bunch of games. I don't know if there's a definitive list, but they said, if you get the previous gen versions, they'll upgrade. They'll
Yeah.
upgrade you to the the new stuff.
So the Ori game you can actually play on the 4K at 120 FPS.
Dang.
Yes. So it's not bad. It's freaking good. I mean, it's a platformer, of course, but you can actually play it at that fidelity, and of course it'll look really nice in 4K because that game looks beautiful, nonetheless. So Grounded has an upcoming
That was an
also.
awesome trailer.
Yeah. The was it the cyberpunk thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
which is great coming from Obsidian,
Yeah.
maker of RPGs in general. Um, yeah, that's one of the games I thought was really cool
Nice.
that they talked about. Um, I like I like it. We'll see how it turns out because
Indeed.
again, it's another one of those trailers that you can't really tell too much.
Exactly right. They show too little. Like, oh come on, guys, just show a little bit more that the people
Yeah.
don't actually complain. Because right now we're just like, okay, I want more of that. But you
Yep.
like I know like my Xbox announced this right after Sony actually made their announcement and the reveal and all of that back in June, and then we got this. you know it's not our fault uh to get our hypes up because they were supposed to bring it up, you know but let's continue. Let's see. The Outer
Well, still
Worlds.
in the that was big for me. Um, I love the Outer Worlds. I I cannot understand for the life of me the criticism that other people have about the Outer Worlds. I love it, and I'm really happy to see more and to say that they are working on more. I will be there for this. Um, and it's just DLC, so I haven't been quite pumped for DLC quite like this. Um,
Yes. So if
I loved it.
anybody wondering, the Outer Worlds, these are mostly, I think, mostly the ex-employees from Fallout.
Well,
uh,
there's Fallout similarities.
exactly. But yeah, there's some developers from Fallout that make this game. So
Yeah.
so yeah, just to let you guys know. So I do have this game on the Game Pass. I have not played it yet because I'm busy with other
Oh, it's
games.
awesome.
Yeah. So let's see what else we have here. Uh, what's this? Obsidian? No, wait. What the hell is this? Oh, the RPG thing. This didn't show anything. This just
Yeah, it
showed.
didn't show anything. They're just like, this is our big thing that we want to make.
Exactly.
That's what we got out of it. We just watch an arrow fly through the
Yeah,
sky for a
exactly.
while.
That's it. Whatever. Let's keep on. What else we got here? We got the Destiny.
It's like gonna be. It's kind of like how the way I see it, from what I can tell, is Obsidian's not doing Fallout, so
Yeah.
they're doing Outer Worlds. Great turn.
Yeah.
Obsidian isn't doing Elder Scrolls, so they are doing this. Avowed is what it looks
Yeah.
like. It looks like another FPS RPG like that.
Yeah. So it's a first person, and that's all we know. And I guess that's a dragon in there. And that's it. Anyways, uh, let's see what else. Destiny 2. There's another expansion, maybe. I really do not care about.
Everything's coming out.
Ugh, I don't care about
Just
Destiny.
like Destiny's just getting like repackaged
Yeah.
on the new Xbox, they say. So it's
Yeah.
just a big graphical upgrade and all the DLCs. And if I wasn't mistaken, like there was a degree of it that was all going to be free, or it's just going straight up Game Pass.
Yeah, the smart delivery.
Okay,
That's how they're
that's what it
calling
is.
it. Yeah, the smart delivery. It's like just with your PlayStation or the Xbox One, uh, you just you know put it in your Series X and it just works and all that. And then you have the 4K fidelity and the upgrades that the new generation will bring to you. That's a smart delivery. Even though if you have it in the on digital, you can still download it on the Series X, and you just download it like you already bought it. So, which that it's cool. I mean, I think Sony is doing the same thing. I mean, like they're not going to make us buy the same game all over again. It's just bad. Especially those games which are multiplayer games. So yeah, such as Fortnite. Yeah. So there's another game here called Stalker 2.
Oh yeah, Ice is going to be really excited for that when I talk to him later. He loves Stalker. And so
Was this
another one coming out
actually
is a big deal.
um never heard of it though. Is it like a
Yeah, I don't
horror?
blame you. Is it let's see, how do I explain? Have you ever seen, like, you know what some people like to compare it to, even though they're still different enough? Have you seen the game? It's kind of making the rounds now. It's called Escape from Tarkov.
No.
Okay, well, just picture like a really realistic shooter, like a Tarkov or maybe an
Mhm.
Arma,
Yeah.
and just like a wasteland where you're like just a very realistically gritty like survival game with no hand holding, FPS.
Okay, okay. All right.
Inventory management and taking care of yourself and radiation and sometimes freaky things. Um, it's it's not doesn't hold your hand. There's like no music really. It's like really like a lot of ambience.
Okay.
Uh, so it projects its atmosphere out like that.
Nice. Just like a thriller type of or suspense
Yeah, there's
type.
like plenty of suspense because you don't know if you're gonna round a corner and like you'll see like a building out in the distance. You don't know if friend or foe's inside. There just
Okay.
really isn't any heads up.
Nice.
Yeah,
Interesting. Hmm.
I haven't played this series myself. I've watched Ice play them though, and he's a big fan. So when I talk to him later, I'm gonna be curious to see how happy he is about that. He'll probably just be like, "It's about time," because the last few games are like quite older.
Yeah,
So
I
this is
see.
spaced out really far in between.
Yeah, I see here 2007, 2009, over 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. It's been a long time. Long time. Wow.
It's like
All right. So
survival horror.
so the damn, this one really pissed me off. Okay. The Hellblade 2. I'm a huge fan of the first one.
Uh huh.
I played it and fantastic game. And they didn't show shit. I was like, yeah, we have the place because that's all they talk about. They just talk about the place and all that. Like, oh, okay, that's it. They didn't show no gameplay. Oh my god, I was like, no way. You just show a cinematic trailer on May, and you cannot show a gameplay this time. I was so ticked off, man. Like, how this was the redeem. for the Xbox, and I'm like, no, dude, I was, I was at work, and I was
Uh-huh.
watching it. I was like trying to work at the same time and not be so pissed off at this moment. Like it just showed a woman talking about the location where it's going to be, you know.
Oh yeah, they're really far, er, really early into development, I should say, when
Yeah,
they're
like
like, here's where we took pictures to figure out how to model everything because we don't
yeah.
have it modeled yet.
Oh my gosh, like what are they doing? I know the pandemic and all that, but you can see Sony games and some of the Nintendo games being developed still, and of course, even though the pandemic, they're still working. But gosh, dude, like this. When did the first Hellblade came out?
I don't know.
I think it
Been a
was
little
two
while.
years ago, 2017.
Yeah,
2017.
yeah, almost exactly 3.
Yeah, I mean, and I think Xbox bought the studio. I think it was last year, maybe, or maybe 2 years ago, right after. I think a year and a half. Let's just put it that
Uh-huh.
way. And I don't know, man. Like, it concerns me right now. It's like I was like hoping to just like buy the Series X with the Hellblade. That was my mission. It wasn't just Halo, it was Hellblade with the Series X. Now I got nothing. Jesus, like, and I'm like, okay, I can still download it on my PC. But I also respect the consoles. I'm also a console gamer. I'm not just those PC master race that think that PC is the greatest thing in the freaking world. I mean, I know it is, but you can. I mean, you have to respect the consoles and what they do, and what they actually deliver. I mean, games comes first there and release there first, and then just a port on your PC. That's the reality right now. I mean, uh, but Hellblade, dude, it's one of my favorite games, and like watching no gameplays. Like I hope for next Inside Xbox or Showcase, they show a freaking gameplay and show a release date. And I hope it's a launch title, cause I'm so. Anyways, let's keep on. So we talk about Psychonauts 2. Jack Black was in there. He was singing. Awesome trailer.
Yeah.
Let's see. The other one was The Gunk. This one was pretty weird, but interesting at the same time. Uh,
Yeah, I guess. It didn't particularly hook me, but yeah, seems
it's
neat.
it's like a platform type of I don't know. It just didn't show much.
Yeah.
Like every single trailer they showed today. So
I
moving
don't know.
on.
There's like a few things in this event that kind of lost my attention like after a while,
Yeah.
or it just didn't hook me. This was one of the times that happened.
So I got really interested on the Tetris game though.
I was worried at first that like they got their own Tetris 99.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. And I'm like, okay, so there's a lot of people playing this, and like they show a lot of like cameras and square cameras, and like, okay, are everybody playing? And it seems that is actually a multiplayer, and it's pretty cool.
I mean, Tetris Effect is pretty.
Yes.
Um, if I ever saw it cheap enough, I would get the PSVR version of
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Most definitely. Let's see. What's the other? What's this one? The
Okay,
Crossfire
yeah.
X.
Maybe I'm just getting jaded and I'm starting to see like a lot of the same thing. But FPS, and I'm not sure. It just reminds me of the board game.
Yeah,
Still cool though, I suppose.
yeah.
There's like, I won't knock it. I mean,
So, so this
I'll
is from
keep
Remedy
saying
then.
it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I just skipped this trailer.
I kind of like. I like see that logo when I think of like the board game, or I think of like a free to play FPS that's out there somewhere, and it's
Yeah,
kind of too bad because this has like a lot of production value and stuff.
yeah,
Again, just for other people and probably not for me, I suppose. You know?
yeah. It's this is. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So this is a shooter game from Samogate and Remedy. So it's not actually Remedy. Only making this game, so it's okay. Cause the last title of Remedy was Control, and I love Control.
Yeah.
Excellent game. So this is a
They say
total.
in this trailer like he's like a ghost. If you have some kind of first person thing, I need it a little bit more obvious to me. Like if there's like extra hooks and abilities for the character that you're playing as. Like when you look at Dishonored, you can tell, you're like teleporting around and you're
Right.
using,
Mm-hmm.
time stop and stuff like that. Or like Crisis. Crisis is getting remastered. They made
Right.
it get very clear that you have this suit that like makes you stronger, turns you invisible. You like
Indeed.
run
Yeah.
faster, you have like more armor. So this looks like, there's like invisibility and like some other type of things, but it doesn't communicate it to me super clearly. So I'm not uh, too sure what the hook is for it, but
Yeah.
I guess.
I have to wait and see when it comes out, of course. So all we saw
Mm,
was most of these were CGI trailers, so we can't
yeah.
say that we're just here speculating because these trailers just didn't show much. So, um, let's see. Well, we got Forza, um, Dark Tide from Warhammer.
Yeah,
Um,
see, this one I get a little bit more. Like, because Warhammer games have surged up in popularity since like Vermintide came out, really,
mhm,
really acting like that cooperative, almost, like killing floor Left 4 Dead kind of situation in the world of Warhammer.
mhm,
Um, so I kind of, it's like another FPS looking thing
yeah.
again, but still I can see a little like get the hook like a little bit more.
Like at first, I thought it was like Dead Space. I'm like, can't be Dead Space. I was
Yeah,
like, and Warhammer
I
cannot
started to
make.
think that a little bit too.
Yeah, but I think like I know Warhammer. Um, so yeah, so basically, this is more like a type of co-op, and these are kind of zombies thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So at least we're gonna get that on 2021. Let's see. So, all right. So let's just jump to before we get into PS02.
Oh, we're waiting. Okay.
Yeah, Fable. We finally got something. Finally got something from freaking
Yeah, did you see
Fable.
the rumors floating around of like how there's a Twitter account for it and stuff?
Really, I fully
Somebody
not
found like
aware.
a hidden. I don't know Twitter that well, but there's like a private or like a hidden Twitter that somebody was able to find that was made recently, like suspecting that there's going to be like a new Fable. Um, I have never played Fable before, but I know that people very much like the first two games, I think it is, and then there's like something about the third that people don't care for as much. I don't know. I've never played them. But they seem to be just one of those, there's like a real fan base
Yeah,
for them.
it's a huge fan base for Fable. It's like I don't really like to compare, but of course it's more like a Zelda type of fan base, but for the
Mm-hmm.
Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Such as also for Kingdom Hearts, but for the PlayStation fans, and Shenmue for the Dreamcast ones. So that's how I actually separated this generation, because Fable started from the original Xbox. So I do have every Fable on the Game Pass.
Still,
Um,
Fable 3 was released 10 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah, dude, it's like a. It felt like it feels like an eternity. Like these people just completely forgot about the roots, because I know Xbox has their own games, but apparently they just kept on forgetting about the roots, because they just only Halo, Gears, and Forza. Okay, but
Yeah,
what are the other IPs you have that you just completely ignore? You know that. But anyways,
I thought of the reason why there maybe wasn't a Fable for so long is because I thought uh, Peter Molyneux had his hands like really deep into the franchise because he's like a creator director or something over those games, and then he kind of isn't in game development in the same way that he used to be anymore. So
right,
yeah,
right.
while it was like Microsoft, I couldn't help but think they couldn't be bothered to like reassemble like a team for Fable since it would be
Right,
different.
exactly.
But here we are.
Of course, I mean, like, we know that it's in development. Of course, it was just a cinematic trailer, uh, and that's it. That's what we got. But at
Somebody
least
there's like a scene where like a frog eats a
it's
fairy.
a fairy. Yeah.
People were joking that they stole that from Shrek because Shrek did it first.
uh, well, wow. Okay.
So I thought that was funny.
So yeah, at least we're getting Fable. So yeah, it's at least some big news there. So before we end this podcast, let's jump in right to Fantasy Star Online.
Now we're talking.
So Dan, I am, and you are a fan of this franchise. Please tell me your thoughts.
Immediately, I saw that it's going to be like a console exclusive. So they're kind of doing it to me again really soon, like what they did with Fantasy Star Online 2, which I
Mm-hmm.
was going to back up. I was telling you this just before we started, and I wanted to bring this up during the podcast. It's like this game didn't just appear overnight. Like this has to be in development for quite a while for like
Right.
these, a brand new game in this big environment and stuff like that. I think they would have had so many fans upset to like announce this brand new one, new Genesis, uh, and still wonder where the heck is Fantasy Star Online 2? Because this is getting announced only a few months after they, like, maybe half a year, maybe it's been half a year since they announced that Fantasy Star Online 2 was normally coming to the States. So
Exactly.
you see where I'm going with
Yeah.
that? I think
Yeah.
that I think there would have been an uproar. So
Oh boy.
even though it took forever, I think you know, they got their connection with they made their deal with Microsoft and everything.
Right.
And then they like plan this out. the Because I mean Fantasy Star Online 2, since it's officially come out, I don't think it's been 2 months yet. It's been a little over a month. And
Yeah.
now they're announcing this. And they know that I want it. And they're doing it again where it's a console exclusive.
And expect another anime advertisement for this one.
Yeah,
New
I'm watching it
Genesis
again like we talked
anime,
about.
like Fantasy Star
Oh, yeah.
Online. New
Yeah.
Genesis, and then the anime like, hey, 50 episodes of this anime, and you have to wait for the game.
Okay, there's like two, maybe three games that would make me want an Xbox, and this Fantasy Star game is one of them. So I have to say I'm thankful because they do say in the trailer it's not coming out until 2021.
Right.
Um, so I would be able, if I did do that, I would space it out since I have the intention of picking up. Um, this might be blasphemous to bring up during the Microsoft centric podcast here. Well, I guess we opened up with Nintendo, but I
Yeah.
have the intention of picking up a PS5 this holiday.
If there is any.
Yeah, if there
If
are.
there's any. So yeah,
If there
I
are,
mean,
yeah.
when I saw this trailer, I was definitely like, this is a totally different. It looks better because it's of course a new game.
Yeah.
It's basically. I was
Not like a decade old,
yeah, exactly.
like Fantasy Star Online 2.
So at the time that I saw this one, I was like, wait, is this an upgrade or a new game? And then when I saw like, oh shit, because I know this is like a decade old MMORPG, but damn
Yeah.
you.
I love it.
So at least this is coming 2021, in which we have time to at least do something with the game that we have right now.
Oh, absolutely. And
So
there's plenty with the game I have right now. I haven't had the time for it recently.
my question is, are the savings from this game going to this game?
Man, I think this feels like really different to me, you know?
You mean that I need to do everything all over again?
I'm under the impression, like,
Because
I mean, look at I'm watching this for like the fifth time today while we talk. I'm watching this for like the fifth time today while we talk.
I'm actually like repeating the trailer all over again. So
yeah, this looks really different.
It is
from PSO2. I have to differentiate. This is New Genesis. So when I talk about PSO2, I'm talking about the MMO.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not entirely sure why PSO2 is in this. I guess it just maybe they want to bring home the point that there's like story relation to what's happening in PSO2
exactly
or something. This looks way too. It looks way too different. You know, this is behaving like
Xenoblade Chronicles. It looks like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, with the monoliths in the sky,
yeah,
the greens and the blues. I didn't play Fantasy Star Universe. It's like one of the only comparisons I could make, I guess.
I do have that game. It's like the only game that it's like freaking like from that generation. The only one that had that one was the PlayStation 2, and the rest had the original Final Fantasy Star Online. Because the PlayStation, I don't know what the heck, it just have a different game. Yeah. So
this kind of looks like a new one of those. I mean, there's other health bars you can see in the bottom left, so it's still. I don't know if those. I think I'm stumbling over my words so bad. The word online is in it, so it makes you think that obviously you would be teaming up online.
Of course, I mean,
to take out them.
But
monsters.
Man, I hope this comes really early next year, especially since this year came out on March. Was it? Yeah, on March, right after like 2 weeks.
Yeah, at the end of March.
2 weeks after the anime ended.
Oh.
Yeah, right there. Like, yeah, we're gonna end the anime. We're just going to start, releasing the game beta and then releasing the game later on. So expect a new anime for this one. because I'm
Uh,
expecting it.
as
I'm
long
so
I just hope it isn't a huge commercial. I gave the anime another try like a few weeks ago. I
it's not worth
I'm
it.
gonna keep trying, but
It's not
it's so
worth it.
yeah.
I had the guts and I had the patience to just like resist and like yet resist like in full potential to not
Now
cuss to the whole
this
anime.
still this still says Windows 10, but they also say console exclusive.
That's because it's um how you call it time exclusive. It's not
Yeah.
actually, it will come out first on the Xbox Series X first, but then later on it will be ported maybe to the Switch or to the PlayStation 5. So yeah, I mean, will this game be free though? It's supposed to.
Where'd you see that?
I mean, it's supposed to be free.
This one?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that anywhere. But okay. It's gorgeous. It doesn't look like it should be.
I mean, I think the
But yeah. Anyway,
yeah, but it should be free though.
I love it all the same.
Indeed, it's
Everything's so beautiful.
it looks like a really the graphics just improved out of nowhere. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, this is
And the
good.
gameplay's just
What?
fun.
Exactly. It's just I hope they improve even the combat. Like I just imagine right now, like well, so many things that they have fixed from the previous game. I just can't wait to play this one. That is how hype I am, and I hope that the anime, like I know I'm gonna watch it and be tortured by it. Fuck me.
If I have PSO2 updating right now because I was gonna like log in and check some stuff. I'm gonna laugh if I log into the game today. In fact, I bet you that's why it's updating. I'm going to like log in, and this trailer is just gonna be on loop inside of the
Oh, inside of the
inside of the
freaking game,
lobby.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's basically it. That's the update. So
yeah, that'll be the update today.
so yeah, guys, this is our thoughts rant. Yeah, about the Xbox showcase. So if you have your honest opinion, this was our honest opinion about it. Hopefully there will be more to be shown for this generation. So this has been Zara Punky.
And this has been Officer Dan. Thanks for listening.
We'll see you guys later.